With the topic we are back. Learning objectives of today's topic are able to explain the meaning of question one. The students will able to explain what do you mean by question one, characteristics of question one, purpose of question one, need of question one, principles of question one, use of question one, trends in question one, growth of teachers and teachers. Now the introduction. The question bank makes available statistically sound questions of each known technical word and model question paper, and thus facilitates selection of proper questions for a well designed question paper. A question bank is planned library of test items designed to fulfill certain predetermined purposes. It's a planned library of test items and it is designed so that it can fulfill certain predetermined purpose. Question bank should be prepared with at most care. Means when you are going to prepare a question bank, it should be prepared with utmost care so as to cover the entire prescribed test. The question bank should be created or designed in such a way that entire prescribed test should be covered by those questions that has been selected for the question bank. Question bank should be exhaustive and cover entire content with different types. Question bank is defined as a row of a number of sets of questions. There are number of sets of questions on each subject on a particular subject and each subject as many as subjects can be in which an examination is to be held and those are that subjects on which an examination is to be held and from which a set for any examination can be picked and from those questions he can pick any set for an examination that has to be conducted cut at random and at a short notice and the questions can be cut at a random on the random basis from the question bank and at a short notice the set of question paper can be prepared. Now the definition question bank is library. It's a library of questions containing hundreds of questions you can add to your surveys in seconds. It is a planned library of test items. It consists of test items designed to fulfill certain predetermined purpose and these test items are designed so that they can fulfill certain predetermined purposes. Question bank should be prepared with utmost care means a question paper when you are creating a question paper it should be prepared with most care so as to cover entire content. Prescribed text means the question should be prepared in such a way that it should cover the entire content. The prescribed test for a particular class. Question bank should be exhaustive and cover entire content with different types. And this definition was given by R. H. Bond. An item bank is defined as an organized collection of test items that can be assessed for test development. It's again another definition for question bank and it was given by Rubin. An item bank or question bank is a collection of test items. Means there are a number of test items in that question bank organized, classified and catalogs the order to facilitate the construction of a variety of achievement and other types of mental tests. Means these question papers are needed or can be held to facilitate the construction of a variety of achievement and other types of mental tests. A collection of questions prepared for a given subject means for a particular subject, a number of questions can be prepared. A collection of questions means various questions are collected together for a particular subject and useful for students and teachers. And that collection of questions is useful not only for the students but also for the teacher. They are often made available on the internet, and these collection of questions are easily available for both students and teachers as they are uploaded on the internet. Now, characteristics of a question bank. Question bank should be based on some sound idea. Means question bank, when you are going to prepare a question bank, it should be based on sound idea. Purpose, it should have a some purpose and adapted to the particular objective of mind. Question bank should be within the range of the student's experience and knowledge. Means the questions that has been selected for the question bank should be within the range of the student's experiences and knowledge. Question bank should present a challenge with students and educator response in keeping with the objective. Means it should be prepared according to the objectives of a particular subject. Question bank should contain only one ideas. Many faceted questions only confuse the students who usually answers but one phase and forget the reminder. Question bank is a continuous process. Means we have to add questions in that particular question bank for a particular subject. Question bank is based on action. Question bank present for any particular course, level, language. Select category and type of questions. Question bank maintains record of any number of questions with their answers in all the languages with their corresponding course categories and level. Now, the principles of question bank: spend adequate amount of time for developing the questions. Means when the teacher is going to prepare a question bank for a particular subject, he has to spend a lot of time for preparing those questions or developing those questions that can be added to the bank. Match the questions to the content means the question should be prepared from the content, or the question must be related with the content that had been said, taught to the students. Try to make the questions valid. The question should have validity, reliable, and balance. Use a variety of testing methods means various methods should be used. Write questions that test skills a- other than recall. Means while developing the questions, the teacher should develop those questions that are able to test the skills of the students other than they have to recall the knowledge and have to give the answer. While framing questions, it has to be ensured that they are unanimous, simple in the language, and brief as far as possible. Means a simple language should be used to prepare a question. Each of the questions should evaluate some specific content area or learning outcome. Means every question that has been prepared, it should be prepared in such a way that it should evaluate some specific content area or learning outcomes of the students. Their difficulty level should be appreciated to the group of learning being tested. Each question should be accompanied with some specific information. All the objectives items should be grouped in one section, while the short answer type and essay type item should be in another section. Means there should be some sections in the question bank One section should can be of short answer type and other can be of essay type. In the section of objective type, items have the same format. Example: yes, no type means when we are developing questions uh, on objective type questions, it can be an yes no type question whether the student has to give the answer in yes or no. True false, it can be a true or a false question. Multiple choice question type etc. should be grouped together where there is a question and there are some opinion or choices and the student has to select the correct answer. Item in each section should be arranged in order of their difficulty as far as possible. Means the question bank when you have the questions, they should have a range from simple to difficult as far as they can be grouped. Now, the purpose of question bank to improve the teaching process with the help of the question bank, we can improve the teaching process. Through instructional efforts, the pupil growth will be obtained. With the help of the instructional effort, the pupil growth can be obtained. To improve evaluation process, we have a lot of questions related to a particular subject or a given subject, and that will definitely help the evaluation process. A pool of test items can be used for formative and summative evaluation of the pupil performance. It's a pool of ready-made quality question is made available to teachers and examiners so that they may select appropriate questions to assess predetermined. Now, need of question bank. What is the need of a question bank? Why question bank should be created or developed by the teachers? Before the teachers are generally not getting adequate time to prepare the questions. Means when the test has been announced and the teachers are not getting the adequate time to prepare the questions for that particular test. Naturally, in the absence of adequate time, it being very difficult for the teacher to create the question paper. So, with the help of the question bank, the teacher can prepare a test for the students in less time amount of time. Now, construction of test questions on the spot is rather difficult. It is test time consuming. And we have given the teacher that you have to construct or develop a test paper. And it is very difficult for the teacher for the construction of test questions on the spot. It is time consuming and it is a very time consuming to prepare a test paper. If there is an item or question bank, if the teacher has prepared a question bank, the material from it can be used by any teacher in any school. The material which is available in the question bank can be used by any teacher and by any school. It is needed to produce and evaluate questions. Now, preparation of question banks steps. How you can prepare a question bank. There are some steps which you have to follow if you are going to prepare a question bank. Now, the first one is planning a question bank. First, you have to plan whether you want to develop a question bank or not. And if you have decided that you are going to develop a question bank, then you have to make some plan or a planning has to be done to increase the pedagogical value of evaluation. And now the planning should includes the first one is that the question bank should be developed or created in such a way that it can help to increase the pedagogical value of evaluation, to increase the value of measurement, and it should increase the value of measurement. The second step is development of question banks and collection of test items. Means you have planned that you are going to develop prepared a question bank, and the second one is development of question bank and collection of test items that can be used in that question bank. What are what type of questions made up the bank entirely depends on the total frame of references. Now, what type of questions should be selected and made up the bank entirely depends on the total frame of reference advised at the planning stage. Means that answer will be get only at the planning stage that what type of question should be added in that question bank. The scope of questions bank is determined by taking such decisions. Blueprinting for developing question bank, behavior objective aspect. We have to prepare a blueprint for the question bank. Now, behavior objective aspect, it refers to expected learning outcomes. What are the learning outcomes of the students? On the basis of that, the blueprint has to be prepared. And it should, when it is related to the aspect of objective, content subjective area aspect. What are the content from which the questions has been developed? It includes units and subunits. What are the units? On the basis of which units we are going to develop the questions, and what are the subunits on the basis of which we have developed or prepared the questions. Now, validation, uses of validation. Now, we have to validate the questions that has been prepared for the question bank. The first one is relevance is obtained, whether the questions that has been prepared is relevant to the content or not. Grammatical correction done, whether the questions are grammatically correct or not. Possibility of distractors check, if there are some distractors, it can be checked. Can be used as effective tool in classroom teaching, and a question bank can be used as an effective mean or effective tools in classroom teaching. Avoid dangerous situations. A feedback to teachers, it will provide a feedback to the teachers whether the students are able to understand the content or not. If the teacher has to change its teaching method, technique, or strategy, with the help of that question banks or the questions, the teacher can have a feedback. Create better learning process. With the help of the question bank, the teacher will get the feedback. And on the basis of the feedback that the teacher has get, he can create a better learning process for the students. He can change the learning process according to the needs of the student. Now, steps of validation consist of three steps. It's when we are talking about the validation, it consists of three steps. The first one is questionnaire analysis. Before the commencement of the test, means before the test has been given to the students or the student has to perform that particular test, a questionnaire analysis should be there. Critical evaluation of the test before the commencement of the test. Item analysis after the test, and the third step for the validation process is the item analysis, and which has to be done after the test has been implemented Now, moderation by panel purposes. A panel comprises of three or more experts, moderators, subject experts has to ensure that the task is clear in each item. That what is the purpose of preparing that question. The task is clear in each item, and the person attempting an item will know what is expected. The task in an item is understood in the same way by all candidates. The items are expressed in a language, means the language which will be used for expressing the item, which is as clear as possible to the candidates, means the language that will be used for preparing the items should be as clear as possible to the candidates, means to the person or the students to whom we will give that particular test. The items are set within and based on the objectives and course content obtained in the syllabus, means the items which will be selected should be based on the objectives of that particular subject and course content obtained in the syllabus. The items are technically correct and accurate. The items that has been prepared for the question uh, bag should be technically correct and accurate, offering the best way testing the concepts or principles or knowledge, and through that items he can test the concept or principles or knowledge of the students. It is intended to test, means for what it is prepared to test. They should not have clues to the correct answers, means the student should not get the clues that that can be a correct answer for that particular question. The questions are well distributed in the different parts of the syllabus, means the questions should be prepared or developed from all the syllabus and it should cover all the syllabus. Course content covers syllabus adequately. The items are original and not just copied from the textbook or past examination papers. Means the items which uh, are prepared for the question paper should be original and not just copied from the textbook or past examination paper. The items are fair assessment of candidates at a particular level, means those items can be a means of fair assessment of candidates at a particular level. And if they are not able to assess the performance of the students, they should be tempered to the level of candidates actually among other that are moderation. Now, writing the questions. The sources of writing the questions. It can be first one old question paper, means you can consult the old question papers for that particular subject. Textbooks you can consult the textbooks that has been for that particular subject for which you are going to prepare the question paper or the question bank, plus standardized tests if there are some standardized tests which have reliability, validity, and some norms. You can take the items from those also. And then you can have a new question bank. New questions may be invited from the experienced teachers, means you can ask the experienced teachers to give some new questions. Examiners, paper setters on the basis of some normal, means some amount can be given to them for the preparation of the question paper. Now, item review. Each question or items to be deposited in question bank for a particular course must be well categorized in terms of following aspects: the section, chapter, and unit number, type of item, whether short, essay, very short, objective, level of difficulty, easy, difficult, maximum marks, what are the maximum marks, marking scheme, what will be the marking scheme, time required to complete that test items. Key answer means you have to prepare an answer key for those items. Preparing the question cards, detail of the topic. You have to give a detail of the topic on which you have prepared the question bank. Estimated difficulty level, whether the questions will be easy or difficult for the student, and you have to estimate the difficulty level. Subject specification means on which subject you are going to prepare a question bank. Estimated time, how much time it will be required to prepare that. Filling and storage of questions, it can be stored in a cabinet. It is good to have a duplicate of it. Means it's a better idea to have a duplicate of the question bank. Review and removal of unwanted questions. You can review or you should review the question bank from time to time, and you can remove the unwanted questions from that question bank. A question bank may become a store of outdated material, the content that has not been in the textbooks anymore. After some time, if not evaluated regularly, means you have to make a continuous evaluation, then only your question banks will be up to date. Now, utilization of question bank. What are the uses of preparing a question bank? A judicious selection of questions can be made for instructional purpose. Different types of questions selected from a question bank may be used for pre-testing before the test has been implemented or given to the students. Development, review, and revision of a lesson. In the preparation of a textual material, a question poll can be utilized for preparing review exercises in the textbook. The preparation of teaching units or resources units also involve the use of evaluation material, which may be picked up from the question bank. For evaluating the pupil progress, how much they have progressed, the question bank can be used more efficiently. We can use the question bank in a more efficient manner. Individual questions can be stored and grouped for use in topics or unit testing in periodical test. Individual questions, unit tests, and question papers can be profitably used by examining agencies by making the question bank available for paper setters. When question banks are established in institutions, students can use them for self-evaluation in their spare time. These question banks can be used by the students also to know how much they have learned a particular concept. When questions on all topics of the prescribed syllabus are available, people can review their lesson. Even teacher can make use of such data for quick revision. Means the teacher can use the question bank as a purpose of quick revision. Now, e-trends and question banks, they address a specified learning goal. Means the question bank or the e-trends. address a specific learning goal that we want to achieve. They make students aware of opinion other than their own. Means the students will get the opinion what others are saying. They reveal any misconceptions or confusion. They enable the exploration of ideas in a new context. They elect a wide range of responses from the students. Now, truth of e-learning, internet has started reshaping education. Means with the help of internet, we are able to reshape the structure, the function of education. There is no going back from e-learning. There is no going back to it. It is a storehouse of communication. Means e-learning is a storehouse of communication. Information, a lot of information is there. Training, knowledge, and performance. Now, e-teachers works on internet both in virtual environment and remote classes. When we are talking about the e-teachers, they are not only working in virtual environment, but they are also working in regular classes, the traditional way of teaching the student. They build new concepts of working in time and space. They find new learning resources as they interact with information, material, and ideas with their students. Now, so these are the references you can refer for further reading on this particular topic. Now, now let us discuss some MCQs, as MCQs are the best means to know the learning outcomes of the students. The first one is dash should be exhaustive and cover entire content with different types. Now the options are A question bank, B panel discussion, C role play, or its D evaluation. So what should be that? That it should cover the entire content with different types. And the correct answer is option A. That is it's a question bank. A question bank is planned library of dash designed to fulfill certain predetermined purpose. Now, question bank is a planned library of what, and they are designed so that they can fulfill certain predetermined purposes. Now, the options are A. Test items, B. Role items, B. Panel items, or it's D. Examination. So, students, these are the choices, and you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices. And the correct answer is yes, the correct answer is option A, that is test items. Now, the fifth one, a collection of prepare for a given subject and useful for students and teachers. Options are A questions, B panel, C answers, or it's D goal. Now, what is that? That has been prepared for a given subject and it's useful for students as well as teachers. Now, the options are A questions, B panel, C answers, or it's D rule. So, students, these are the options, and now you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices. And the correct answer is yes, the correct answer is option A. That is a collection of questions is prepared for a given subject, and that question collection of questions is useful for teachers as well as students. Now the sixth one, dash bank should be based on sound ideas, purposes, and adapted to the particular objective of mind. Now the options are A. Question, B. Role, C. Answer, or it's D. Panel. So, which should be based on sound ideas, purpose, and adapted to the particular objective of mind. So these are the options, and now you have to select the correct answer on the basis of the given choices. And the correct answer will be yes, the correct answer will be option A, that is question. A question man should be sound, ideas, purposes, and adapted to the particular objective. Now, the seventh one, a pool of dash items can be used for formative and summative evaluation of the performance, which can be used for the formative or the summative evaluation of pupil performance. A test, B answer, C exam, or it's D imaging. So the correct answer is option A, that is a pool of test items can be used for formative and summative evaluations of pupil performance. Now the eighth one, dash present for any particular course, level, or language. Now the options are A. Question bank, B. Test item, C. Exam, or it's D. Major. So these are the options, students, and now you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices. And the correct answer will be option A. That is, question banks are present for particular course, level for which it is being prepared, and the language. The ninth one, dash is needed as construction of test questions on the spot is rather difficult. Means which will be difficult if prepared on the spot, and to remove that difficulty whose construction is needed. Now the options are A. Question bank, B. Answer, C. Rule, or it's D. Measurement. So these are the options, students, and now you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices. And the correct answer is option A. That is, a question bank is needed as the construction of test questions on the spot. Construction of test questions is difficult task. Now the question 10. Dash teachers work on internet both in virtual environment and regular classes. Now, which type of teachers are working on internet both in virtual environment and regular classes? So the options are A, E, B, C, G, or it's B, F. So students, these are the options, and now you have to select the correct answer on the basis of the given choices. And the correct answer will be yes, the correct answer will be option A. That is, e-teachers work on internet both in virtual environment and regular classes. Who stated that an item bank is defined as an organized collection of test items that can be assessed for test development? Means who has given this particular definition, and the definition states that an item bank is designed as an organized collection of test items that can be assessed for test development. Now the options are A. Doodler, B. Alexander, C. Bacon, or H.D. Jekyll. So students, these are the options. Now you have to select the correct answer on the basis of the given choices. And the correct answer will be, yes, the correct answer will be option A, and this will be. Now the fourth one, who stated that an item bank or question bank is a collection of test items organized, classified, and catalogs the order to facilitate the construction of a variety of achievement and other type of mental tests. Who has given this particular definition on question bank? That question bank is a collection of test items, and these test items are organized, classified, and cataloged in order to facilitate the construction of variety of achievement and other type of mental tests. Now the options are A. B. At Chopin, B. Alexander, C. Bacon, D. Jackson. Now these are the options, students, and now you have to select the correct answer on the basis of the given choice, and the correct answer will be option A. That is B. At Chopin. So thank you, students. With this particular narration, you have understood the concept of a question bank. It's a collection of questions. Then we have discussed the purpose, why construction of a question bank is needed, as it is very difficult for the teachers to construct different types of test items in a very short duration of period. And the construction of the question bank gives them the adequate time. The question bank construction can save the time of the teachers. And the question bank is not only helpful for the teachers, but it is helpful for the students also. The students can use these question banks to assess their knowledge, how much they have learned a particular concept. But it is the duty of the teachers to continuously evaluate the question bank and continuously updating that question bank, review and revising the questions, and to remove the unwanted questions that are no longer helpful to evaluate the students' knowledge. And then we have discussed about the different steps for the preparation of a question bank. Thank you, students. Thank you so much for your patience listening. So, in the next class, we are going to discuss about methods, techniques, and approaches.